The Bible mentions two specific types of fear. The first type is beneficial and is to be encouraged. The second type is a detriment and is to be overcome. The first type of fear is the fear of the Lord. This type of fear does not necessarily mean to be afraid of something. Rather, it is a reverential awe of God, a reverence for his power and glory. However, it is also a proper respect to his wrath and anger. In other words, the fear of the Lord is a total acknowledgement of all that God is, which comes through knowing him and his attributes. Fear of the Lord brings with it many blessings and benefits. It is the beginning of wisdom and leads to good understanding. Only fools despise wisdom and discipline. Furthermore, fear of the Lord leads to life, rest, peace, and contentment. It is the fountain and life, and provides a security and a place of safety for us. Thus, one can see how fearing God should be encouraged. However, the second type of fear mentioned in the Bible is not beneficial at all. This is the spirit of fear, mentioned in 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power and of love, and of a sound mind. A spirit of fearfulness and timidity does not come from God. However, sometimes we are afraid. Sometimes this spirit of fear overcomes us, and to overcome it, we need to trust in and love God completely. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. No one is perfect, and God knows this. That's why he has liberally sprinkled encouragement against fear throughout the Bible. Beginning in the book of Genesis and continuing throughout the book of Revelation, God reminds us to fear not. For example, Isaiah 41:10 encourages us, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not anxiously look about you, for I am your God, and I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you. Surely I will uphold you with my righteous hand." Often we fear the future of what will become of us. But Jesus reminds us that God cares for the birds of the air, so how much more will he provide for his children? So don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. Just these few verses cover many different types of fear. God tells us not to be afraid of being alone, of being weak, of not being heard, and of lacking physical necessities. These admonishments continue throughout the Bible, covering the many different aspects of the spirit of fear. In Psalm 56:11, the psalmist writes, "In God I trust, I will not be afraid. What can man do to me?" This is an awesome testimony of the power of trusting in God. Regardless of what happens, the psalmist will trust God because he knows and understands the power of God. The key to overcoming fear, then, is total and complete trust in God. Trusting God is a refusal to give in to fear. It is a turning to God even in the darkest times and trusting him to make things right. This trust comes from knowing God and knowing that he is good. As Job said when he was experiencing some of the most difficult trials recorded in the Bible, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him." Once we have learned to put our trust in God, we will no longer be afraid of the things that come against us. We will be like the psalmist who said with confidence, "Let all who take refuge in you be glad. Let them ever sing for joy. Spread your protection over them, that those who love your name may rejoice."